Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Arkham City. So we're going to try and do this augmented reality challenge.
Augmented reality training activated.
Which doesn't look too bad to start with. See, the only thing I could think though that might make it something like this more difficult is if you needed to use like the line launcher while you were in the air, and I don't think that's really the case. Meanwhile, in the main story, we're chasing after a League of Assassin lady, which there is an argument certainly that needs to be made that the League of Assassins and assassins in general in a universe with so many supervillains and so many bad guys as the Batman universe, they should be way better at their jobs about being invisible. Okay.
Augmented reality training failed.
So we need almost a
Augmented reality
boost.
training activated.
And part of the problem certainly comes up here is that you seemingly do just have this different height.
Augmented reality training failed.
Like, and it seems to be fairly random, and I wouldn't put it past it to be a problem with the engine running at a higher resolution.
Augmented reality training
Because,
activated.
yeah. Go, glide. So you get that one, that one.
Augmented reality training failed.
If I can get lucky on the next three of them.
Augmented reality training activated.
Prisoners of Arkham City, you have given up your basic human
See,
rights.
notice how it's just like way different height.
Augmented reality training failed.
And it really is asking quite a lot to make it a smooth flight through that whole area. Here you have just like a dead guy. I guess he answered the phone. And if anybody other than Batman answers Zaz on the phone, he seems to randomly kill them. Which, that does sound like something Zaz did in the comics. Honestly, I would prefer it just to not say the augmented reality activated part of that.
Augmented reality training failed.
Yeah, I don't think I can really pull this off. And unfortunately, I think that really just means these augmented reality abilities are going to forever be left undone.
Augmented reality training failed.
I just don't see a way that you hit that ring. I'm not even seeing where the other ring is, because it's saying there's like 5 of them. Let's try this. Let's do a little investigation.
This place can't get any worse. It does.
Augmented reality training activated.
I see 3 rings. And then there's a 4th ring that has you go through the circle, the funhouse. And then there's, I think, a 5th ring.
Augmented reality training
That
failed.
must be just at the end of that. That's the only thing I can guess. But that seems like that's crazy, and that's not something you'd actually be able to pull off. I'm a little surprised that this train didn't try and hit me. Yeah, unless there's something we were supposed to do with the augmented reality to put that there.
He's here.
I feel like there's probably a high number of secrets over on the edges in the outer parts of this world. We've got a pressure pad here, but I don't know if there really would be a way to stand on that pressure pad, let alone, even if there was a way to stand on that pressure pad, doesn't seem like that really activates a Joker trophy anywhere nearby. There's...
Go on! Run! Hide! We'll find you! Too scared to fight us. Not surprised. Batman!
I've got a camera out in Sector 4.
Take out another camera if we can. And you just have to spend so much time in detective mode, you just don't get to have a good experience ever in this game. They really dropped the ball there. There's no way to describe it other than just a total failure of integrating
We've lost a camera in Sector 4.
the idea of scanning into good visuals. Like, and that creates this weird catch-22 because the graphics don't look particularly great by modern standards for this game, and even if it did look particularly good, it kind of doesn't matter because, like, you're not seeing it.
Arkham City is an equal opportunities penal facility. So-called
I don't care where you gone. I'll find you someday and kick the living crap out of you.
I'm just looking all over the place to tag some Riddler trophies while we're here.
Might as well just kill myself.
Chicken to fight me like a man, Batman? Figures. We all know you prefer hiding in the dark.
And we're spending a lot of time wandering around trying to find as much of the remaining collectibles as possible to level up, to make the game slightly easier when we get into the fight sections.
Wherever you gone, Batman, I'll find you.
See, obviously we're just going under the ground for the ninja assassin. I have no idea though how this would... Like, if there was a button or something that would activate this, that would make sense.
Go on, Bat.
But there's just nothing around here at all.
Man snooping around. He knows something's about to happen. Something big.
All I see is fire way over there, so maybe there's some way to reach the fire, but I'm not seeing it. So maybe that just means that this environment will change later.
Are we gonna run things after Joker dies? That won't last long.
we've been to this area before. And did we get the collectible? I think we can get this one now. Because we have the remote hack. Guess that's one of the things I've yet to do is slide into people while in the middle of a fight.
All prisoners must surrender themselves for psychological profiling at regular stages. Refusal will not be tolerated.
I'm telling you, man, it went down there.
You're just seeing things. No way did something get past us and go down there. No way.
It did. I told you, it looked like a ninja. You know, all sneaky and swords.
All cameras are down in Sector 4.
Secret ninja assassins in Arkham City. That would be
So all cameras are now down in one
It went
area.
down there. Look, you don't
Cool.
need to believe me, but when some freaky deaky ninja cuts you up one night, don't say I didn't warn you, okay?
Alright, well. Do we glide and attack these guys, or do we just say glide kick here and then jump and stop doing it?
Oracle, I'm heading underground. Below the surface, Gotham's a maze of old steel and ironwork. My signal may get weak. Try and stay locked on.
Rerouting additional satellite coverage now. Good luck, Bruce.
Man, they every time breaking code names. They didn't even think about it, obviously. Alright, so we have an electrical thing that would electrify the remote battery. But we seemingly don't have anything. Yeah, we haven't seen these in a long time. Yeah, I don't know if we have anything here that really equates to anything. Seems like you could just hit this. There's not much here. We're really just gonna probably run into Killer Croc and that's about it. Let's see. We need to hit that fuse box, which the hole's up there. Alright. So, I don't know if there's a big trick I'm missing or what. Let's... So you have to throw this, and then you have to do a U-turn, and then this thing pretty much just flies forever. They did light up the whole area to make it nice.
Arkham City provides regular food drops at designated points throughout the day.
So you do this, hit the U-turn, go ahead and slow it down for you.
Prisoners are responsible for ensuring food is distributed fairly.
Where's that button? Yeah, that button seems to have already been hit. Maybe I did it when I was last here. Who knows? And I don't know if I really want to go down there yet. Like you've got a button and a button here that apparently would have opened this door. So either that door was already open or whatever. But yeah, there's just kind of nothing here, and it's just going to bring us into this underground area and probably into that area, which we can now reach that area.
Man, I thought it was bad up there. Down here, I'm not just cold. I'm wet, and I smell like I've been standing in something Croc left behind.
Do you ever stop complaining?
Shut up, the both of you. We got a job to do. Penguin's crew are on the run. Joker wants us to off any of them we find.
I thought he was offering jobs.
He said it's up to us. Personally, I don't like those jerks, so I say we put a bullet in their heads.
Fine with me.
So that's just straight up you fall and then you get a reset. Interesting. That's weird. No saving there. Alright, we have one guy that's slightly better armored. Do we have any special ability?
Look out! It's the bat!
Like, he is weirdly armored. He's just got like padding and cushioning around him.
We're gonna hurt you!
I started beatdown mode, but no, I haven't started beatdown mode. It wants me to start beatdown mode. No wonder that wasn't working. Seems like you cannot beat the characters who are padded.
Joker's got his crew moving through the
more.
sewers, hunting down what's left of Penguin's thugs.
See, that gave me 100 XP, where I've been getting like 500 XP for other fights. We have no idea if there's going to be any riddles. Riddler riddles. Well, riddles. Can we get up there? We could have. Yes, we could have. Interesting. We have Killer Croc's room. And he has been decolored. And we saw Killer Croc in the first game, so you can't expect him to look any very different in the second game. Not really. And I guess pause now if you want to read this. Really can't be too much more game. Yeah, I expect we might get chased by Killer Croc in this section, but that's probably it. Wouldn't be surprised if we don't get anything else. Honestly, it would be more interesting to find out that... See, there's a whole wall here that's been blocked. It'd be more surprising if there was a Scarecrow section in this game. It's like they were talking about Killer Croc this whole time, and then it's like, surprise, Scarecrow gas. Doesn't even really matter if there is.
This is not going to be easy, Dark Knight.
I feel like this is going to be toxic gas poured all in here, and without some major preparation, I think you die.
What number comes after 3 when the night falls? The answer is 2. 1. And the Dark Knight Detective fails to complete my challenge.
This is hardly a surprise. I always knew I was better than you.
So this is the second, like, death trap that the Riddler has created, where he cheats. Is there any way possible to activate
This is not going to be easy, Dark Knight.
this switch on the outside? I mean, there's totally a way to do that, certainly, if you can just activate the switch. But the problem would be to get something to activate the platform, and I just don't think I have an ability. Clearly there's going to be something in the top left and the top right as far as abilities. Can I disrupt anything? There's clearly something that we're gonna get that makes you have a either immune to gas, immune to electricity upgrade, or just have a virtual Batman character. Spending way too much time again in detective mode. And we wouldn't have been able to make it. Alright. Interesting. So this does slow down time when you do this, if that matters. Like, I don't know if that's going to really help you in a lot of situations, though. I could think of maybe 1 or 2 scenarios where that helps you. Meanwhile, we are just getting closer and closer to the subway.
Listen up. The last of the Penguin's crews will hold up somewhere up ahead. The Joker wants him found.
Do we kill him?
Up to us.
We have a Riddler
I
guy.
say we kill him.
We have a lot of guys.
We're mercs. Never trust a merc.
Like I say, it's up to us. We'll see what happens when we catch him.
So when we are standing here, it does seem like there is maybe something more there, but I don't know how you'd get around that corner. Where is that chatterbox? It's not over here. Alright, well. So we go down this way. And I guess we'll try and smoke bomb them. See if we can do a takedown. What is this guy doing? He seems to be trying to establish a bomb or something. See, this is once again one of those situations where like trying to get the guy to interrogate him is extra work.
Tell me about Riddler.
Riddler? Okay. I don't know much, but I'll talk. Don't hurt me.
I can't guarantee that.
Yep, and that gave me 500 for taking out about 5 guys. So you get about, I think, 100, no matter who you're fighting. 100 per person. And I don't know. I guess these aren't bombs as much as they are containers that explode guns. Like they're like locked gun containers, which maybe means we get into more of a situation where more gun people will start attacking us more often. Carriage. We have a new gadget upgrade out of for just no reason. Alright. So we are back in here. We now see something labeled as a breakable object, which means, oh man, do we now have potentially a scanner or something that just tells us where the breakable objects are, and thus we can eliminate even more of the overworld abilities and items. Let's see. This upgrade to the line launcher enables you to flip on top of the zipline and use it as a tightrope. This can be used to create new position, to absorb and attack enemies, or to collect Riddler trophies. So obviously Riddler trophies are a big focus in this game. Meanwhile, we already
Protocol 10 will commence in 5 hours.
I had just totally forgotten about Protocol 10. These are like the same people that we took out hours ago. And I guess we're still chasing after the Ninja League of Assassins, and that doesn't really get explained well. Alright, so it's saying something is breakable further in this direction. And obviously I'd have to, I think, run around to find more of these Joker teeth, which I suspect are further around all over the place. Nope, that is not what we needed. We would need the electrified thing. Which it seems like what we're going to have to do is find something different. Unless this is a breakable object. Oh, you know what the breakable object was actually the chatterbox. Okay. So we are going to get indicators of those abilities. Well, that will be slightly helpful, but not super helpful. And so I can now get into certain areas that have slightly breakable things, but not areas that have really difficult breakable things. If I have to explode it with the explosion gel, that's still a no-go. Okay, so yeah, I don't know if these guys are just supposed to be the same guys I knocked out. I don't think they actually are. I think they're supposed to just indicate that more of the Penguin's men have been killed somehow. Maybe by the ninja girl, League of Assassins. We'll check this, but I think we already collected this. Yep. And then we could not collect. We could not go that way before because we didn't have this ability. Now we do have this ability. So we can reach the further way. And let's just look at the map. Doesn't seem to indicate a breakable object, so that is something that the Riddler henchmen, I think, are still going to play factors as, so that they will have to tell us where collectibles are by getting the green guys. Alright. See, this might be one of those cases of just not being able to collect something until we get that tightrope upgrade. And that tightrope upgrade would certainly explain at least one of the other collectibles that I have had trouble trying to collect. Almost certainly what's going to happen is we will go through the store and see another cutscene. It doesn't even seem like it's going to be much of a cutscene. It kind of feels like we're just going to get into a big boss fight. Yeah, there's a processing center here that's also being depicted, but this boss fight maybe opens this middle section and breaks down the walls. Still feels like we need at least a couple of upgrades, storyline wise. And since we do now know, like, in totality, the breakable objects in the game, We know that there are only 18 more cameras, balloons, things like that in the overworld. And if I was to go back to a specific area, I think I probably have the ability to get the last Riddler trophy in that area. We still clearly need Catwoman and some other abilities to get everything there. It's probably not really worth it to try and go through the steel mill yet. It seems like we probably could go back to Gotham Police Department and get all of that. Weirdly, we don't seem like we're ever going to go into a building there. We could be very close to the end of the game. It really just is a question. And now we're in what looks like it's going to be a kind of dungeon area where I don't wonder what that is. That it's going to be bigger on the inside.
Are you alright? Did something happen? All the readings from your suit just went red.
Just give me a minute. I'll be alright.
No, you won't. Hurry. You're running out of time.
So, I don't know if that was a Titan formula or a Scarecrow formula thing.
Man, what's in these things?
Explosives, thermal trackers, everything an army needs.
Yeah, we may be
Kick Penguin's ass.
Scarecrowing as well.
Ain't this place supposed to be a prison?
You ask a lot
They have
of
more of
questions,
these little
boy.
dolls.
Right side.
What are you saying? Joker's my man, you know that. Been in his crew for years.
So stop asking questions. You know Jay don't like questions.
Okay, sorry. Just seems weird, that's all.
So is there a way to
You guys
destroy
know what
this?
this place is? I never heard of no old
Nope.
Gotham before.
I guess you never went to school, did you?
What happened? Too busy wetting your bed to learn something?
If you bother learning something, you would know that what we call Gotham is actually built on top of the old city.
What old city?
Old Gotham. There was some kind of fair, hundreds of years ago, maybe more. Something happened and bits were demolished. A new city was built on top of it.
You learn something every day, don't you?
Okay, like that's good to know. Like, and I know they've talked about that in some of the comic book stories.
So this old Gotham, what happened?
Don't you listen? I told you. There was some kind of accident and it got built over.
Yeah, I heard everyone died.
And that's your explanation? Some kind
Can't
of
be
accident?
collected from
I
range.
heard. Whatever.
So if it's been frozen. The problem with the idea
I can't
of
believe I'm doing this, but do any of you
of
know
a
what
sunken
killed
city
Johnny
or
Ray?
a
I heard
old
they found him all sliced up.
Oh, that's easy.
What was it? Croc?
Nah, ninjas.
What?
You heard.
But yeah,
Place got everything.
they
Glad
really
we're
don't
headed
do
this way.
anything there.
Know what I mean?
Let's see. This one, hey diddle diddle, time for a riddle. Okay. So it opens. When you get in the room. Interesting. I didn't even see that one. Are you supposed to just wait? What is a reasonable amount of time to wait? Yeah, the problem with an old Gotham is that Gotham itself as a city is not really even that interesting. So if you take Batman out of Gotham, you kind of just have a generic world.
The bat's here.
I'm not sure how we're supposed to get out of here.
What are you waiting for? This ain't over. No way.
I guess we'll just throw this way and see. Okay, I guess that is where we were supposed to go.
We're gonna hurt you.
Let's see if we can possibly knock some people off the edge.
What are you gonna do, Bat?
Let's try and get these beatdowns.
You're gonna die, Bat.
Let's see. This is one of those fights where they just have you in such a small area that here, 2, 3. Like you. All right, so his body will ragdoll off the edge.
Oracle. It looks like Joker is sending his crew down to steal weapons off the Tiger Guards.
That's not good. Those guys are armed with the latest military weapons. If Joker gets his hands on that stuff, well, you know.
He won't. I won't let him.
So yeah, that really didn't feel like a great location to have a fight, and I don't know if there was supposed to be a trick to this where I would have gone halfway and then gone the other halfway. And we can't open this yet, but obviously by the time we get out of this area, we'll be done. The camera angles are very awkward and tilted. Right now, I think that's supposed to represent and show that Batman is compromised. Mentally, physically. Still don't really have a way. Like you can't fire downward. And this whole idea of a city within a city as a concept, I think it only goes so far. You could have theoretically had a really big path and puzzle. Yeah, if anything, this feels like this would be an experiment on the concept of, there we go, of destroying a big part of Gotham City, so that, and this would have been just like how the entire city got destroyed, or a significant portion of the entire city got destroyed at a halfway point in the game. I don't think that really works. There are, in this area specifically, quite a lot of collectibles. That's already been tagged. Which definitely makes it feel like they want you to come back into this area. And the only thing I could think that would happen right now that would be slightly surprising is if Batman gets captured and we get to play as Catwoman again. Notice we're kicking the carpets up in this section. Like, clearly they wanted this to happen, but not this much. Now, I think they wanted this to happen because you wouldn't program this unless this could happen. And unless their idea was that you would run, and when in running you would knock it up, but when you're walking slowly you wouldn't knock it up. It's about the only thing I could think. But obviously it's not a system that works well, and it's not really realistic physics by any means. It seems like it was probably someone's pet project. There we go. It's funny how when you zoom in the graphics get blurrier. So down in the water went that rug. Yeah, they've only had the rugs in a couple of places, and they really just shouldn't have physics. This is a great thing where if you just glued it to the floor and kept it in the place it's supposed to be, you would have saved a lot of processing power. I imagine this is a boss fight.
What's up, Doc?
Crime is a global issue.
Someone in this room is using a signal jammer. I'll need to neutralize them so that I can scan the room for targets.
I don't know what's going on here.
Can I have her?
No, you got the last one. Get the rest of the guns out and stack them up over there. We're on a schedule here.
What are these things?
Military-grade interference generators. Best money can buy. These babies screw with all electronic equipment in their vicinity. Stop yapping and get moving.
So, I don't know if we're going to actually make it all the way
She's
to the
all
top.
alone down here with us. She should be scared.
Let's see if we can hit
nice.
this guy.
Oh, God.
Huh? I'll cover this. What's wrong? You too scared to show yourself? What? Over here! He's up there!
Like, we gotta be careful.
Huh? On me! I got him! We got away.
Let's climb up.
He's using smoke. Reloading!
This is not working well. Yeah. So, military-grade jammer didn't seem like that was useful. And I guess because those were Joker characters that we get taken out by Joker in-screen. Alright, well.
There's nothing I can do.
Shut the hell up.
What?
Show yourself, chicken!
I've got this way covered.
Alright, we can now.
I really hope you won't let me down here, boys. But if you do, I won't be cross. I'll be dead. Harley will be really, really upset. And seriously, you
see him?
Alright, we want to do a vertical takedown on this guy. Even though he is the Riddler guy, and I guess we can't, so we'll have to continue playing. I said vertical takedown, I guess I meant inverted takedown.
Get over here! There's someone up there!
Alright.
What happened to you? How come you're up there? Help me! Cut me down!
See, I'd like to save this guy, but I think it's probably better to...
What the hell are we gonna do now?
Better to just try and take these guys out and succeed.
This isn't gonna work, you know! We'll find you and kill you!
It really is a weird catch-22 because you have this, like, you don't have enough of these fights, but then you also don't have enough of these fights that I feel like...
Okay? It's just Batman. Probably never really killed anyone. Still, you never know when he plans on starting, do you?
It came from over here, I'm sure of it!
Yeah, these guys are
Come on, where are
now very scared and I think unlikely to... Like, just kind of waiting for them to walk around and hope that we could maybe get in the right place. See, this is the problem is they don't walk under the path anywhere.
Huh? Welcome to Club Hostage.
One of Joker's men is using that doctor as a hostage. I need to save her without her captor seeing me.
You boys have the same helpless, terrified look in your eyes as my doctor did when he told me I was sick. I said, you think that's sick? Take a look at this.
The second I see you, Batman.
So do we want to... I mean, we want to save the hostage, obviously.
Don't come any closer. You hear me? I'll kill the hostage. I mean it.
So I think you have to kind of get down here and then let's use actual corner cover.
3 of you left?
Nope, that's a whole thing that we just never are obviously going to use. And that really is just an example of
Leave me alone, Batman! Please.
Take down the hostage without being spotted. So we have like 2 more guys, both of which still have guns, so it's not ideal situation by any means to try and take them out.
At this rate, I'll be all out of idiot tests before the end of the night.
See, they're way down in the lower section, and they're covering each other fairly well.
Throwing another batarang will give away my position.
Damned extinguisher. Scared the crap out of me.
There we go.
What do I need to break to make you tell the truth about Riddler?
You don't need to do nothing. I'll talk.
So yeah, they're calling this Wonder City, which I guess is a different name.
Miserable fools can't even stop some idiot dressed up like a bat. I needed those guns. Now how am I going to... Oops. Oh, sorry, Bat. I nearly gave it away there, didn't I?
This is just another example of a very, very big area. Let's go ahead and just have this conversation.
You. Please help
Nurse.
me.
Or, yeah, it looks like a nurse to me. That they said doctor, but she looks like she's wearing a nurse outfit to me, and it says intern. Once again, too much cleavage for a nurse, frankly, in business wear. Just seems unnecessary. The only women in this game are used as like fetish outfits at this point. Like we have still yet to see a single female Joker bad guy or Penguin bad guy. Like get at least one female in there in each of the gangs other than Harley Quinn.
Hold tight.
Thank you.
What are you doing in Arkham City?
She's named as
I'm
a
in
character.
Arkham City? What the hell am I doing here? I was grabbed outside the hospital I intern at. They drugged me, and I woke up in a building up there.
The person in charge here has been rounding up doctors to try to fix Joker. Looks like you were unlucky.
He's dying, right?
It seems that way.
Is it wrong not to feel bad about that? What now?
You need to stay here. Keep out of sight, and you'll be fine. I'll be back.
So we've got another weird angle.
Oracle, it's me. Joker's not stealing the weapons from Strange. Strange is giving Joker the weapons.
Feels like this might be an exit.
Of course you're sure. Why would he do that?
Maybe he's trying to control who runs the streets. I'm going to look into it.
Okay, but shouldn't you find Raish first?
I'm doing that now. Don't worry, Barbara.
Jeez. I wonder if maybe in the cartoons or something they do call each other Barbara and Bruce all the time. It does indicate a level of familiarity, certainly, that I'm not sure they even actually have. So, interesting. This is labeled Wonder City. We have here Wonder City Exposition, which is some kind of robots. So it seems like we are going to have... We're going to have a lot of things that can be broken. And then you have this just whole area that... Theoretically, you could have gotten down here and tried to take the guys out, but in reality, I don't think that was likely to ever really happen. I'm just trying to break things and take pictures of things. Like, I don't even know if there is a riddle in this room. I guess we should check the map. That would tell us, wouldn't it? Yeah. There's one breakable object and one riddle. And then another Riddler trophy here and here. So apparently we're going to be breaking some gargoyles. Was that the breakable object? Nope, that was not. Crime is a global issue. You never stop it, Batman. Wonder City 2 of 3. Pause now if you want to read this. Okay. So, nothing has told us more directly that we could get more Riddler trophies than getting the line launcher tightrope. So, obviously, we have to get that upgrade. After that, we're going to probably want to work our way to maybe some upgrades. These fights are getting still fairly difficult, and I would appreciate not having that, not dying as much, or getting very close to dying. I guess maybe these things would electrocute people if they were nearby. That's not something I'd even considered until this point. It says there's a Riddler trophy over in this area, so it must be higher up. Be my guess. Just not worth your effort to climb stairs. It's been another hour, and yep, we once again are barely making that much progress. Let's see, there is the Titan container and this Riddle trophy. Which, interesting that there's nothing really special about blowing that up. One Titan container remaining. And I imagine this one's already marked. Meanwhile, is there anything else worth looking at? Yeah, still spending a ridiculous amount of time in this game just wandering around in detective mode and not even taking in what little beauty the game has. Although in all fairness, these dirty windowed buildings are not really that interesting. They aren't pretty looking. See, we still have like 10 of those gargoyles to potentially pull down, and they're not getting marked. So I could have missed quite a few of them. I already hacked that. So maybe somebody went up there, but it seems to be blocked off now. Let's see, if I wanted to go this way, that would take us back this way. There's another breakable thing. That's 3 demon cells. Which I guess we would have to look And we can see now Wonder City is the final location.
Where can you get a wonderful view of these demonic
So it's a
twins pose
limited
threat?
area, basically, of involvement. Some of these areas, the open world areas, have a lot more collectibles than the smaller subway section or the steel mill or the museum or Wonder City. And this really does come down to feeling like one of those games where they were contractually obligated to make 8 levels and they barely made 8 levels at that point. Yeah, it seems like we're just going to go this way, and I don't even know if the main story is pointing us in that direction. So 200 meters still in this direction implies that there's probably going to be a bit more of a story. We also still have about 5 characters, which Joker and Vicky Vale. I don't know who would be between Joker and Vicky Vale, and then Catwoman and Zaz. I don't know who that would be. But noticing that there are like 3 submissions, I'd assume these 3 are the random submissions, and then these last 2 characters before Black Mask, who was unlocked at the beginning of the game. Yeah. And I don't know how Black Mask's story is even going to integrate into this. We would still need some work, I suppose, to try and get 2 more challenges here. And if I could just get to the top of the tower, I could probably glide for 150 meters easily. Then grapnel glide for 250 meters fairly easily. If I don't use grapnel boost and glide for 250 meters, I would probably get both of these, or theoretically we get both of these. 5 variation bonuses in one combat encounter sounds tiring, to say the least. Slide trip an enemy 3 times. That's something I've forgotten about. Aerial attack off a stunned enemy into another. I don't know specifically how you would do that, and I wish there was a way to press A and get a better description of that. Countering enemy projectiles. I don't know if you're just supposed to hit B when somebody's shooting at you. Explosive object with a batarang before it's thrown. You still are missing 1 upgrade, obviously. We still have not gotten the combo batarang, which does indicate we still need that. Bat claw slam. We'd have to look up what that was. Quick fire remote electrical charge. Doing combo. I guess you have to be in a combo to activate those 2, and that's more difficult. Combo batarang again. Remote electrical charge to force an enemy to hit another enemy. I don't know. I guess maybe you could do that. Blast 1 armored thug into another thug. That's less likely to happen. Fully boosted remote batarang to send a thug flying through the air. Line launch over somebody and take them down. Kick an enemy while riding the line launcher. We could do that now. Grapnel boost takedown. I'm still not sure how you'd actually pull that one off. Back claw disarm. I don't think we have that. Jam the gun of an armed enemy and then get him to try and fire. Remote electrical charge to temporarily disable a backpack jammer device. and then knockout smashes. Yeah, there's several abilities here that I would have to like think about what the buttons are to block something like that. Like projectile counter would be Y. When something's thrown at you, but things aren't thrown at you that often. Really makes me wonder if there isn't just a lot more game potentially here, or it's just a case that the amount of the game is drastically different after you get 90% of the way through the story missions, because if you've done a lot of the collectibles before you did the story missions, then you don't have a lot of collectibles left to collect. Or as much. I think as much is the better way to describe that, because as we're looking at the overworld map, there's still 86 different Riddler trophies all throughout the world, and 21 riddles all throughout the overworld that just wouldn't be easy. It's definitely not just going to be a walk through the park, particularly if we get to a certain point where there are more heavily armed characters in the overworld, which you may not be able to really avoid that. Yeah, and I feel like you go through one door and it's going to show you some of Wonder City, and I have to just assume that a lot of this is going to open up. It would be very weird if this whole black space was empty. I could see some of this being empty, but not too much. I'm kind of expecting there to be more on this line too. This fall, because the rest of the map has always been right up to the wall. But yeah, I don't know if the walls are going to get blown up and taken down, and then it would be easier to run around into the restricted area, or if it's always going to be a case that you have to go through the subway to get to Wonder City to run around this area. And I guess that wouldn't really matter, because you can, I think, just fast travel at a certain point. Yeah, you can just hit A to enter a location, and we may do that once we are reasonably certain that we have all the abilities. Yep. And yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how we would accomplish some things, but I think I now understand how we would, because the augmented reality trainings, those, let's see, which one do we have left? We have one here, augmented reality, and we have one here, and both of them expected me to go in a linear fashion. It now seems like with the line launcher, I could probably do that without touching the ground. So I should experiment with that to figure out if that is exactly what they're expecting. Which does certainly point out that a lot of these augmented reality things could not have been finished until you had the line launcher, which feels like fairly long into the game.
Special. You get 2 votes for the price of 1.
We still, I don't think, have gotten a single row. We've gotten a single column, which that didn't do anything for us. But yeah, not a single row of any of the Joker riddles. Although we are very close on the subway. But there's not a guarantee that getting a single row actually does anything for you. It just kind of seems like it might. And if it does unlock something for you, I assume it's just going to be experience. I really wish, once again, that there was a way to see what percentage of the game is actually finished. I would expect that we are approaching 60% if they're counting collectibles, and we're probably approaching somewhere around 80% if they're just counting storyline stuff. It obviously, in the story, is going to just have the Joker be the main bad guy once again, with Strange helping him for one reason or another. And maybe Strange will turn out to be the final boss, but if it's anything like the Solomon Grundy fight and the Penguin fight, that'll probably be fairly boring. I don't even know if we are going to fight Mr. Freeze, which that's fine. Like, I'm more than happy to only see some bad guys and not actually fight them. It made a lot more sense in Arkham Asylum, where you would just assume that all of the bad guys were locked up, to see a lot of the bad guys from the Gotham universe, from the Batman universe, but I guess Arkham City still has that same idea. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.